I've gone crazy today, so don't mind if I start kind of becoming more crazy along the way. I'm not in a really good mood right now. If you don't know why, you probably shouldn't know, but I'm just still gonna tell you I lost a basketball game yesterday, and I'm bitter about it. I'm bitter about losing anything, so like don't mind. But I am here with another video. Let's go. And I still look happy. You know why? Because my puja vacations have started. I can stay home and read all day long, except that I can't because 15 days later from today I have to start studying very much because another 15 days later from that date I'm gonna have my exams. For about 10 days break, which is really nice to have. Um, I'm pretty much, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna make a I am pretty sure I'm going to make a vlog about that as well. But today we are here for something completely different from all of that. We are here to give you my complete review of Six of Crows, the Six of Crows Duology. I finished this Duology 1 week before on Tuesday, last week's Tuesday, and I have yet to make an actual video about it, and I actually tried, but then I was like, okay, I maybe shouldn't. But I have resisted. This is the reason I have resisted because I have this continuous I have this habit of like after reading something I'll go in complete obsession mode. Like I won't think about anything else than what I've just read. So that happened for Shadow and Bone. Like right after I read Shadow and Bone, I was like obsessed with it. Like I couldn't leave it behind. And after I made my like review video, which is like one day after I read the book, the obsession kind of just melted down. So like 1 day or 2 days after, and usually if I make my like book review video in those 2 days, I'll look so obsessed. I'll give it like a 5 star, and I'm gonna be so upset. I'm gonna talk so much about it. But like after 2 to 3 days, it all calms down usually. That is why I wanted to make sure that that did not happen with these books. That I didn't just calm down after 3 books after 3 days of reading these books. Yes, that did not happen. I'm filming this book 9 days after I've read it, and guess what? I am still the same amount obsessed like I was 1 week ago, which is I think that's really good because I really did not want to fall out of love with this book because I love this book after I read it, and like I all of these weeks I was like, please don't let me fall out of love, but I didn't like force it upon me to still like this book. I just kind of saw if I'm still reaching out to the content on these books, or like if I'm watching reviews of other people. Like I just saw if I'm still obsessed with this book, if I find myself still like scrolling through the book sometimes, and I do. Like on a regular basis, I'm just like looking at the covers and I'm just like, oh, those are my books. They're so good. So yeah, that's why I think this is the right time to make the video now, and this is not too early because like now if I don't make the video, I will procrastinate and it will never happen. So yes, we were making the video now. Every time I'm like happy, I get reminded of what happened to yesterday. Like every time like I lose something and I'm like happy after that, I just get like reminded that I lost something. I'm like, okay, don't be happy. But today, I'm happy. I'm going to be happy for the whole thing because I've read Six of Crows. Come on, we're happy. Um, let's get into a video. I really have nothing else to talk about. It's gonna be a full-on discussion, no editing, none of that. Just gonna talk. It is might be 1 hour, 30 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes. Who knows? Even though it's not gonna be 5 minutes because it's already 5 minutes. But it's not going to be anything that I'm like, okay, talk more or talk less. It's just going to be how much I can talk about this book. If I don't talk that much, don't think I don't like this book because most probably I don't want to share the things that I actually feel about them for whatever reason that is. That depends on my mind. I may go crazy sometimes. I may just stop for a while. I may just like look at the sky for a while because the sky is right here. Because I might think something I don't know. Okay, but today is going to be insane. I'm telling you that myself. Today is going to be insane. Um, let's just start with the video. I don't think I have anything else to say. Let's start. So I want to start by addressing the covers because I don't deliberately. I'm not like, oh my god, the cover is the only reason that I read a book. No, I don't do that. Judging a book by its cover. But I will say very honestly that some part of the points or some part of like the thinking does go in the cover. Like I do think that the cover is important. I don't think that the cover doesn't matter because like actually for my aunt it doesn't matter because my aunt reads books based on the author. So like any like her favorite author she'll read any book of. It's different for me. I don't read books by author, but like I read books by the synopsis. Like if like the synopsis, I'll read the book. Or like if it's also like I am a very like trendy person, I guess I can say. I try to be a very trendy person. So like viral books, I like to read them. Viral things I like to try out actually. So all in all, I like to do things that like go viral and all that. So that's why like I don't show it but I do it. So like that's why I think that those two things really matter for me. Like that is if like if it has gone popular, I'll be very FOMO if like a group of people are talking about it and I have no idea what they are talking about, so I'll just read the book and I'll be like, yeah, now I know also. And also synopsis matters a lot to me as well. Like I won't read the first page. A lot of people read the first page. I don't do that. I just read the synopsis, and if it just comes out, like if the synopsis just sticks out to me, I'll just read the book. Normal. But I will say, like a few, very few, but points do go for the cover. Like the cover does matter to me at least, and that is why I love this book. Because all in all, it's definitely not perfect. I never call anything perfect because I know it's not perfect. So yeah, but look at the covers, bro. Like Six of Crows, beautiful cover. I okay, this is my fault. This is not the cover's fault, but I read this book and like just like melted it in my hand so much that I literally scratched off the cover, the crows, but you can still see it from this point perspective, so it's fine. But still, I just love the cover so much. It's a crow on the cover, which is pretty uh, like you can see that, and like the back as well. I don't know what is this. Is this Rotterdam? Um, it's Rotterdam, of course it's Rotterdam, but like where is this? But like whatever. Like let me just read the synopsis for you. So like I'm not going to just dive into the spoilers. I'm just gonna wait. Just going to tell. I'll tell you when we're diving into the spoilers. But like the synopsis is: criminal prodigy Cass Brecker has been offered a chance at a deadly heist. Break into the ice court, a military stronghold that has never been breached, and retrieve a hostage whose knowledge could change Grisha magic forever. To succeed would mean riches beyond Kaz's wildest dreams, but he can't pull it off alone. A convict with a thirst for revenge, a sharpshooter who can't walk away from a wager, a runaway with a privileged past, a spy known as the Wraith, a heartrender using her magic to survive the slums, a thief with a gift for unlikely escapes, six dangerous outcasts, one impossible heist. Together, they might just be unstoppable if they don't kill each other first. And that is the synopsis. Beautiful synopsis. Honestly, like, it got me hooked. I was hooked, like completely hooked. Obviously, this is a very popular book as well, so that's how I found it. But like still, like the synopsis is cool. Also, like yeah, the cover. Just like let's look at it. Like it's so beautiful. Like, yeah, I like it. I love it. Also, I do want to say I have read the series. I have read the series. I have watched the series. I have watched the series. The first season. I have watched it, but I am not including that here because I think I would really just want to talk about the books and the books and the books alone, and I just don't want to include that in here because that also that is not actually on the story on these plot. That is actually on a completely different plot where like the timeline is very different. It like includes Shadow and Bone as well as Six of Crows all together. So I really don't want to include the series in here. So I'll just talk about the books like I did for the last Shadow and Bone video. So yeah, that is I wanted to say that. Anyway, beautiful book. Like just look at it. I'm just gonna fantasize over the cover for like the most part of this video. But now I think the spoilers might just begin. So if you have not read the book, you like you probably want to like switch. video off and like go over and like what like me, just if you're feeling FOMO, read the books and then come back and we'll enjoy and we'll like discuss together and we'll have so much fun. And if you have read the books, then welcome, and let's just start discussing and agonizing in pain every time like something terrible happens, or we rejoice when something good happens. Let's just do that and it'll be very very fun. And you the ones who are still here, who think that it won't be a trouble if I get a spoiler, if you are really confident in it, of course you can say, but I would recommend go read the book, please. Like you need to. It's amazing. But yeah, let's go over that. So I don't know if I start with the rating. I should start with the rating first, but I think I'll just start with it, and you'll be like, again, Rajana, no, but like it's a 10 out of 5 stars. Shadow and Bone book. I made the video after like one day of reading the books, so which is why I was like so obsessed with it. So I gave it like a 6 stars, I think. Then it go like now it is like a 4.25 stars, which is why I waited so long for the making the video of this book. 10 out of 5 stars. Literally a straight 10 out of 5 stars. The characters, oh god, okay. Where do we start? Let's just slow down a bit because I'm getting really excited about this. Um, let's start with the first book, of course. The characters. Oh my god. Oh my god. The characters are so diverse. They're so different from each other. How do you like imagine these characters? Like how did Leibert even get the idea of all these characters coming together? Because that's just so unique to me. Each and every character has something like that is so different from each other, and like but like still they manage to kind of like be that like they still manage to, how do I say it, have coordination with each other, cooperating with each other. Like maybe not every day or every time, but like most of the time they are so brilliant as a team together. It's I don't know, it's like truly magical. It's like there's like a secret like mutual understanding between them that we have to do this, right? Like even though we're so different from each other, we have to like do this, um which is actually inspiring. Like I don't know if I should use the word inspiring here because they're literal convicts for murder and like all that, but like it's inspiring how like even though they're from different places, they can still cooperate and they can still work out a plan within themselves, like this with this like mutual understanding that we will not kill off anything before that happens. um Yes, that is one point, of course. Now let's actually dive into the book. The first chapter, I will talk about the first chapter for a long time. Because, like, not for a long time, but like, whatever. Okay, no. First, maps. Look at the maps. Goodness, this is the common map that we get like in every Grishaverse, I think, book. This is their world. This is a funny thing. Like I'll make a short about it, but like I am so stupid. I was about to Google is Casper American because I could not place his accent in the series. I was like, what accent is this? Like is it this? Like I don't know. I was so stupid, but I was about to search that. And I'm like, no, I can't search that because like it will probably show me if Freddie Carter is American or not. Because like Cass Becker is not can't be American because he's from completely different world. Yes, I think he's from Earth, but it's not from this world at all. And I was like, oh my god, how can I be that stupid? He's literally Kursh. He's a Kursh. He's a Catalan person. Is he from Catalan? I don't actually know. I don't remember. He's from Catalan, right? Or is he from Norway? Whatever. Let's not go on to that thought because I'm gonna be here all day if I do. Let's leave that behind. This is the common map, and then we also have like the specific map for these books, like another map. So here we have the ice court. Like it's literally beautiful. In violence words, it looks like a cake, and it does. It kind of does, yes. And then we have the map from here, which is the first one is this again common map, and then we have the map of Ket Dam, which I was really grateful because I really wanted to know what Ket Dam looks like. So this is the map of Ket Dam. Beautiful, absolutely like piece, like masterpiece. It's so beautiful. Yeah, the barrel. And you can just see the difference as well. Like, look at the barrel. This is the barrel, right? And then look at the university district. Like, this is so neat. And this is like complete chaos. Oh god. Oh, I love that. Where's Fifth Harbor? Oh, there we go. I am just going to like admire this for a long time now. Where's the that place? Oh, Blackwell Island? Where is that? Oh, there you go. I found it. Oh my god, I'm going to be. Oh, sorry. Um, uh, the first chapter. It starts with juice. I think that's how you pronounce it. Juice point of view, which a lot of writers say that like starting a book off with like the narrative of like a completely random person isn't the best option because like you'll get comfortable with that character and then you'll be like why isn't this character here anymore, and you'll get like uncomfortable with the other characters after that. I do not think so. I think that's a brilliant idea to start with like the narrative of a completely different character. First of all, it's ironic. You don't want to just like go on to like, and like that also makes like a hard thing to choose who you start the book with. Like this, all of the like, that kind of makes you favor one of them. Like like when you have like these characters, they're like your babies. You can't favor one over the other, or you can't just say it that I favor one over the other. But like it also makes you like think like what would be the best. Who should I start off with? Like the first chapter is a big deal, and I always think that it should be started with like completely different narrative or completely different person. Also, why I love Harry Potter because like I think the first chapter is like literally the only chapter which doesn't start with the narrative of Harry Potter. I think so. So, no, there are other chapters as well, like half year, like. But I do think that the first chapter of a story, I don't like it. Like at least of a series, I don't like it when I start with like the main character, one of the main characters. So, which is why I love this book so much. I love the point of view of Juice and how it was like it was scared. Like he was scared, but he was also like curious to what happened to Anya, and love that. Now the second chapter, again, I love how it starts with an edge because she literally gives the perfect intro to Cass. Like the first line about Cass is Cass Brecker didn't need a reason. And I was watching one of the interviews where like they were asking Fred and the cast of the series, like what is your like when did you fall in love with your character that you play? And Freddie Carter is just like the first the first line that I read that because I didn't need the reason. That's when I fell in love with my character, and it's really true because like it's like just, it makes you know like who he is. He like let me just read this whole para because like or else you won't understand what I'm trying to talk about. Cass Brecker didn't need a reason. Those were the words whispered on the streets of Rotterdam, in the taverns and coffee houses, in the dark and bleeding alleys of the pleasure district known as the Battle. The boy they called Dirty Hands didn't need a reason any more than he needed permission to break a leg, sever an alliance, or change a man's fortune with the turn of a card with the town of Radu. Of course, they were wrong. Inaj considered as she crossed the bridge over to the black waters of the Burros Canal to the deserted main square that fronted the exchange. Every act of violence was deliberate, and every favor came with enough strings attached to stage a puppet show. Kaz always had his reasons. And I just love that because like it's like Inaj is like talking about the legend, but then she's talking about what she knows and like how she's the closest person to Kath and like what she knows that like about him. And I like that. Like it's a good thing that she's considering the legend. It's like kind of like myth busting. Like it really does not need like reasons. No, he has every single reason for every single move that he plays. So like I really like that it started off with that perspective of Inedge. Now let's go over the characters in like separate point of views. I'm just gonna start with I guess Matthias. No, I also want to start with Nina because I think Nina's character is the most known to us when we start the book. If we have read the first trilogy, we know Nina, who Nina is. Nina is a Grisha. Like we know most of her, what her talents, like her Grisha talent, how what she is. She's a heartrender, so what she is, we know a lot about what she can do. So Nina, like she projects like a little like a flashback. Like she says like these flashbacks from the last uh books. Like she talks about Zoa, she talks about Genia. So that's really like nostalgic in a way. Obviously, we get Sanktalina's name from Inej as well. One of her knives is the name of it is Sanktalina. So we get that from her as well. But like Nina is the person who talks about Ravka, King Nikolai, and all of those people the most. So that's really fun to see, like to like know that we read this like in their perspective, and now we're reading this in like a complete like people who watch this like us, like we like I really like that kind of concept of Nina just being fan, like just thinking like, oh my god, I am a part of like a hero community. Like you guys don't understand, I'm like Zoa was my teacher. Do you guys understand that? Even though she was annoyed with Zoa, she was still, I feel like she was a very big fan of Zoa. After that, I'll say after like Nina, like again Nina just like, I don't know what to say. I'm pretty sure Daniel Gallagher said something in the video like she's a complete Scorpio, and that is true. She is a complete Scorpio, and she is like literally a boss. She can do what she wants, and she can own it, and she can prove herself without anyone needing to stick up for her. She can just be like, what? I don't know how to do it. What do you? How do you do it? But like, yeah, she's good enough. Like even if she didn't have that, she's good enough by herself. And like her persuasion and like her like flirting and like all of that things, like just her being so like, mysterious and spooky. But like she's not. She's like her being a foodie, her being so relatable. Yeah, she's very relatable character for writing all of us. Then let's talk about Matthias. Come on, let's go by couple order. Matthias is a Druskele, which is I thought it was pronounced Druskel, but now I know it's like Druskele. Whatever. So he basically he hunts Nina and he hunts her down, and then they cooperate with each other and they fight out of the struggle that they're put in and out of the prejudice that they were made to think, because that's what lovers do. And Mathis' character is also so compromising, and of course Mathis dies. Come on. Why? I think Violin explains what we were feeling at that point after Matthias died the most, because he said we were all meant to be out of this to like alive. Like I think he said something along those lines. Like we were meant to be out of this, like all of us alive. Wait, let me just find that line once. So like I love that little line that he says. But I just think it's ironic, like how he's the one to say it, even though he's like the. I feel like he's the like person who doesn't really know Matthews that much, but still he's the one who says this. There you go. So when the last of the work was finished, Violin, Kaz, Roti, Jesper, and his father stood in the garden. There was nothing left to do. The barge was ready. Roti was dressed head to toe in black, and then fashioned a body man's hood by tearing apart and restitching one of Vanek's fine black suits. It was time to go, but none of them moved. All around, Jesper could smell spring, sweet and eager, the scent of lilies and hyacinths, early blooming roses. We were all supposed to make it, said Violet softly. Maybe that was naive, the protest of a rich merchant's son who'd only had a taste of barren life. But Jasper realized he'd been thinking the same thing. After all their mad escapes and close calls, he started to believe that the six of them were somehow charmed, that his guns, Cal's brains, Nina's wit, Inez's talent, Violet's ingenuity, and Matthias's strength had somehow made them untouchable. They might suffer, they might take their knocks, but Violet was right. In the end, they were all supposed to stay standing. It just hits, like, yeah, we all thought that. I think, like, after at the end when it was done, I think I even, like, I was throughout, I will say, tell you, throughout the whole series, like, until the end, I was like, no, one of them is definitely going to die. I never considered myself, I cannot believe this, because, like, when I'm reading, when I'm watching a suspicious movie or reading a suspicious book or like anything including suspicion, I'm like suggesting, I was like, Kaz is going to die, I know it, I just know it. But like, I never suspected myself. I was like, I like, at the end, especially like before everything ended. But like, I was like sure that Jesper. I was like, at the end, the very last person I thought would die was Jesper. I was like, okay, maybe Jesper's gonna die because they fight with Cat. So like, Cat would kind of have to say sorry to Jesper in that moment. So I thought that, but like, I could not believe that Matthias would die. Yeah, I just can't. I just could not. I could not. But he did, and I was sobbing. I was completely sobbing. I was crying so bad. Like, there was water pouring down from my eyes. My mom was like, "Do you want dinner?" I'm like, "Mama, he died." And like, who? And my mom doesn't know anything about this book, and she's like, "He like, who died?" And like, Matthias. And like, who's Matthias? I'm like, "Oh, fuck!" And I'm like, oh, and like, I'm like, I don't know if I did a good, like, what do I say, act or what went on, but like, that was kind of like that. Um, it was crazy how vaguely he died as well. It's not like he died with him being some big hero. He literally died by like a child's hands, someone who he was before, and that's, I think, the best way to die for him. If he ever had to die, he died from utter scale. He died from like owning up to what he did, but he was also proud of what he did. And I think that was like the point of his character, that like he owned up at the end of what he did, but and he was also proud of what he did, but he was never like really like very talking too much about it. He never talked that much about it, right? But like at the end, he had to, because he died that way. So, and also like his line at the end with Nina, where Nina was like, "I'll take you home. I'll take you there," and like he was just like, "You're my home," and I'm like, "Yes, absolutely, yes, yes." I don't know how Nina didn't blush in that moment. I get it, like your lover is in your arms dying, you don't blush, but like, I would have completely like zone. I would be like, no way did he just say that? Like, no way. Oh my god, I love you. Like, I would just like, I would just zone out. And I think Nina did that as well. Pretty good. Then let's go on with Violin. Because Violin was one of the characters that like I love, because he's so polite, and like he's also like, even though like we are not like all like rich merchant sons, he was like in like status, like in like, I'm not like really going to go into that complicated things, but like in like the way we all live, violence was the most accurate, because we don't live in barracks. We don't live in those kind of neighborhoods. We live in a much more, I think, much more civilized neighborhood. So like violence way of living was the most relatable to us, I think. So like, I every time violence spoke about something, I was like, yes, I would be the same. I would be completely clueless of what is going on with all of those like convicts and murderers, and I would be like, what is going on? That's why I love violence character. He's also so polite. Like Jack Wolf, I think I don't know. I have not seen that part of the series, but I think Jack Wolf did really good. I've seen the interviews. So like he seems like a very polite and like very like gentle and like very childish kind of person. Very like introverted and all that. So I think I definitely believe he did like a very good violin role, because like, violin is kind of the same thing. He's very like, he's childish, but like he's so polite and like he's gentle, because like he's literally a merchant son. What is he supposed to be? Nothing else. So I love Violet's character. Like honestly, I might say, like, I'm not going into the favorites, but like he'd be my second favorite. You guys know who my first favorite is, but like he might be my second favorite. Like every single description about him, I felt like that. Like even without like from the moment there was like this like the first violent word that there was in the books, I knew how he looked, and it was completely precise to how Lee Bardugo later on told he looked like. So yeah, I love Violet's character. Let's go on to Jasper. I just went Violet. Oh my god, Jasper and Violet are absolutely adorable. I'll just say that and I'll end it. I'm not going to go because like we're getting a lot of time. Like we're getting almost 30 minutes. So Jasper and Violet were absolutely adorable. Like every single line they said, I look forward to what they will say next. Like it was a complete. It got me hooked again. It got me so hooked. I was like, yes, come on, fight, 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 fight. Like I love Jasper's like flirtatious line at the same time. Alan being just like, what do I do? But like Jasper by himself, even like his backstory with his mother, her being Zoa, her sacrificing her life for a child, and him just having to witness it with his father by his side, and his father never letting him be a Grisha again, or in their words, a Zoa again. It's sad, but at the same time, it's like again, it's inspirational. Which like you will never say inspirational with Jasper's point of view except from for this, because it's like it's beautiful. Like it's beautiful how the backstory kind of folds out, and you're like, this is how Jasper, this the Joker of the group was made. But because I don't think you realize that Jokers usually are not very happy all the time. So this is how Jasper. Like I just went out of the place. Sorry. This is how Jasper was created. His gunshot, what he believed, where he came from. This was how that all folded out, and I love that part of him just saying that out. His guns, charming, charming, literally. Him just being like, I can just imagine all of that. Now let's go over to Inaj. My girl was. I loved Inaj's character so much in this books because she is literally, I don't know how to say this, but she was a, how do I, her thoughts were very much like my thoughts. Like what she thinks. She's like pretty. She's like, I'm dying. I'm literally, I can't beat her. But like at the end, like I know I don't usually, I always fail in these things. But she is such a, she's not overconfident, but she does things in style. She does things in style. She can go out of a place without anyone knowing. She can come near someone without anyone knowing. She has this talent in her. She has like these moves and like these things. Okay, I think there is also a line in here that like will show that as well. I think from Cath's point of view, which is beautiful. How like I love these two lines from different like alternative point of views. Let me just show that point of view to you. No, I think actually it's from Nina's point of view only. Array, I can't find it. Oh, it's here. Okay, sorry. Video. god, I literally cannot find it too. Anyway, where is it? You know what? I can't find it right now. I just like you can't like go over that. Anyway, I can't find it right now, but there was a line where Cat was like Cat was people say that she was like a cat. She can go from place to place without anyone knowing about it. And then Cat said that I don't think she's like if she he said something about it like that I don't think she's a cat because cat would worship her moves because she's like the god of the cats then she's such a professionally like jumping around places and like going over things like nobody knows about it. She knows every single part of the flat and she knows how to go over that and she knows how to jump around and she knows how to like go here and go there and you understand what I'm saying, right? She's just a master at all of that spy and all that stuff. So I think that's what Guinness cat is. She doesn't know if she's going to be able to do it, but she does it and like she's proud of her. Like incinerator shaft moment, the incinerator shaft moment was like another really big example of that. Because like she was just like, I'm not going to be able to do it. I'm going to die. But like she did it. She did it, and she proved herself, and she made it. The girl made it through the an incinerator shaft. She has some skills. Okay, yeah. In that it's just amazing. Then last, Kaz. What do I? Kaz Wrecker is classic. He's a classic murderer, Dream, but he has not so classic backstory. His brother dies and he is saddened by that. His heart breaks by that, but he can't talk about it to anyone. His weakness, I think his weakness is a very unique one because I don't see that a lot of times. Like skin to skin problems, I don't see that a lot of times. But him not being able to touch someone's skin, like skin to skin contact, just making him nervous and all that. The reason why he beats and like uses his cane for beating up people, I think is a major reason, one of the major reasons for the skin to one of the major symptoms for the skin to skin contact. I just love everything that has been placed down about his backstory because like it makes sense though. It's not like unrealistic or anything like that. It makes sense why he's scared of skin to skin contact because he had to go through that skin to skin contact with all of those people on the when they were going to literally die. So like he had to go through all of that. Reaper's Reaper's Ward, something like that. Like he had to go through all of that skin to skin contact. It makes him nervous every time he touches skin again. It makes so much sense. And like Casper's character, his grimness also has like a rhythm to it. He knows what he's doing. Oh, it's like his game. Like he knows what he is doing, and he knows where he's going. He knows everything, but also he doesn't. He doesn't know what's going to happen to him next. He doesn't know how he'll be mentally more stable. Like he doesn't know all that, but he knows stuff in a more logical and practical way. He doesn't know stuff in an emotional and sentimental way. That is how he seeks help from Inedge, and that is how he seeks her out. That is how Kaz and Inedge are kind of combined. That is how they are made. They are not like a normal relationship. They don't like talk about love and those things in a normal way, but they have that again mutual understanding between them that like we can't talk about this right now, we can't talk about this right now. And the ending to the book, obviously I think a lot of people were in pain when like they realized that they never said I love you to each other, but I think that the ending was so perfect. Just like in edge, like Akash just being nervous about meeting her parents for the first time and being like, "Is my tie alright? Is this okay?" And he just being like, "Oh my god, I missed in Edge's laugh," and in Edge being like so surprised that Kat would do this much for her. But Kat never said like I will do more. She just knew he would. Yeah, yes, he would do more for her, and that mutual understanding just clicking into place once more. That like we can talk about this, but like we can still enjoy, right? Like even though we can talk about this, we can still very much enjoy this, and I just love that. Like her, them just being able to not talk, but at the same time, communicate in another way. Obviously, they communicate. You always need to communicate. They communicate, but like no, they're not having to talk about every single normal thing. I love that between them. They know what relationship they're going through, but they can't say it because that's going to be wrong. That for them, that's just going to be wrong. That's not normal for them, which is why, like, I think like Inat is just like so like I don't. Inat's definitely more sentimental one, but still Inat is actually not that sentimental. So both of them, I think, fit into each other, but also like they have problems as well. They have those problems with each other still, but like they still fit into each other perfectly. Not perfectly, everything is imperfect, but like they fit into each other nice. And that's what I have to say about these books. The plot, again, I have to talk about the plot as well. The plot is quite amazing. It keeps you hooked. It keeps you wanting for more talk about this, and it keeps you like judging things based off of that. Like, is this going to happen? Is this going to happen? Or like, if this happen, if this is going to happen, like you know these things. You don't need to know so much about it, but you still know these things, and you are working your way through those things by the book, and you just like you are concentrating on that, but you're also not. You're like, okay, this might happen, but also this might happen. But like, how will this happen if this doesn't happen? But like, this if this happened, I don't think I need to talk about that for so long. Also, I love the ending. Every single both of these books ended with Rebecca Rowland's point of view, and they were so different from one another. Both of these, I love that ending as well. Like quite a lot. Like I love those endings quite a lot. About which where it's just like it ends from again Rebecca Rowland's point of view. But like in the first book, he talks about how Rebecca Rollins is going to make Cat scared, and in the last one he talks about how Rebecca Rollins is scared of Cat Rebecca, and like it's ironic. Again, it will make you nostalgic, and it will make you like at the end you'll just be like you just want to look at the sky and just think what you read. And I think that's one of the best things that you can be with when you come out of a book. Like I think like just wanting to close the book and like just look at the sky and think about what you're reading is one of the best reactions to a book possible. And that's all I have to say about this book. Go read it out and like please just read it and you will see what happens to you. Like I don't know if you'll love it. Obviously everyone has different point of views and perspectives on opinions, but I love this book. 10 out of 5 stars. I don't think you understand the attachment I have grown to this book in just 1 to 2 weeks. So yeah, that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I definitely enjoyed making it. I'm just gonna have to put this together now, and then I'll not do any edits. So I'm sorry about that. If you have had any problems watching this video, I hope not. But yeah, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Goodbye.